Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Seahawks Sessions, post-game show from the Department of BS from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. My name is Dan Cruz. Pointing correctly, that's Dustin Henry over there. Welcome back, Dustin.
Thank you. Feels good to be back. I am refreshed after vacation. And let me just say, I did it in the Patreon exclusive green room, but I also must say, if you haven't checked out his interview for BS Sessions last week, check it out. I listened to it on the way down. Great interview. Dan knows how to ask some perfect questions. I'm going to talk about him like he's not virtually right next to me. So if you listen to this show, but you haven't listened to some of the other shows, get on that BS Session speed, listen to everything.
Starts a conversation like that. I just sat down.
Anyway, yeah.
Good mood. I'm in a good mood because the Seahawks got a win today, which we'll get into.
We'll get into that in a second. Check out BS Sessions. Has been coming back in full force. What else is going on? Not a lot's been. We missed last week's episode because
of life.
Because of life and me.
It was you had to celebrate your special day, and then I also was still in VA, and I think Kevin was also indisposed. So it was just there was no configuration of the show that would have worked.
Nope. Have you ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
Yes, I have. I have one. I have one very close to my house. Very close.
Ooh. So I got the ribeye steak for my birthday. It was nice.
Nice.
It was sauteed mushrooms and onions. It was awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
With what the heck was it? Loaded steak fries, because of course I did.
All right.
And buttered corn. And I gotta tell you, that was delicious. I felt my stomach was upset the entire because it was awesome. But like, I really don't eat that heavy.
Yeah.
A lot right now. So because I got a suit to fit in.
Yeah. And you're pumping iron and stuff, getting ready. But
I don't know about that part, but you're
sometimes you do. You go to you eat out and you eat a meal like that, and you're gonna pay the price, but it's worth it. Did you get their cinnamon butter with the rolls? That's the best.
It's the sky blue, Dustin.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Then of course I did. What a psychopath would I be if I didn't get those thinking rolls?
Hey, I was just checking. Checking.
I know. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the show. We'll also be taking your comment. Wait, this is not even live. What am I doing here?
I know. I almost got caught because I was expecting like the Waves intro, and then you're like, welcome. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Hey.
Yeah. I had to real time censor myself on that one, and it didn't quite work out.
Kind of worked. It worked. Points, regardless. But anyway, as we do know, Dustin, we will get to the Seahawks victory down in Duval County in Jacksonville, Florida, in a matter of moments. But we do know one thing's for sure, Dustin. Is this show free?
It is not.
Absolutely not. Hector, take it away. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast, here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
Thank you, Hector from Insert Name FC, part of Belly Up Sports, for supporting doing that commercial as per usual. Use the promo code Belly Up Sports. Wow, I can't speak this weekend. Good God. Wow. Belly Up 20. I can't slow down, brain. 20% off your order at candadips.com. Thanks to your friends over at Candidips for supporting this podcast and all of Belly Up Sports and Belly Up Media. So, Dustin, the Seahawks had a nice win in Jacksonville. The score said differently, but this was a beatdown defensively from the word go.
It was. It was. I mean, we were talking about it in the green room. They got after Trevor Lawrence. They were able to sack him 7 times. And you and I, as a collective unit, were trying to come up with the last time the Seahawks recorded that many sacks in a game. And we couldn't do it. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been at least the last 5 years. And the thing is, the biggest takeaway that I took away from this game, oh man, that was a little redundant, but the biggest thing that I took away from this game is JSN is a star in this league.
Yup.
He had 117 yards on 5 catches and a TD in the first quarter. Now, and it's a good darn thing he did, because I don't want to be this guy. We got a lot of positive stuff to talk about with this win, but I want to get to some of the negative. So far, early returns on the season, the rushing attack has not been there the way that we thought it would be. Now, the offensive line has done a great job protecting Sam Darnold, and as a result, the play action pass has worked, and also Sam has been very good with the ball, protecting it, not throwing an interception. You know, I know what happened late last week in the game against Tampa, even though I wasn't
that was a brutal
here.
one.
Even though I wasn't here, I caught up with some stuff. I had no service in the mountains, people. But I will tell you, the run game needs to get going. Because if the run game got going, they wouldn't. There was a lot of times late in this game where the Seahawks were trying to extend drives and really really capitalize and get and put this game on ice, but they weren't able to do it because they were forced to try to convert on pass play with a lot of pass plays, because the run game just wasn't working. But I want to get your thoughts on that, but I will say, other than this, the defense showed up and showed out. There were a couple drives where they could have stopped Trevor. They had him 3rd and long situations, and he managed to make a play. They got out of it. You know, that's going to happen a few times. But man, this defense, I'm loving what they did today. The pass rush we talked about. Byron Murphy again. He's starting to find it. And Dexter Lawrence was big in this game. Marcus Lawrence, yeah, not Dexter Lawrence. Jeez, but he was.
You need coffee, bro.
I know. I had 2 cups today, but I'm getting my legs under me, I guess. Still.
By the way, the last time the Seahawks had 7 sacks in a game was last year, the day after Christmas, in Chicago, the hockey score.
Oh, that horrific! All right, that explains it. I put that game out of my memory. Remember, that was that was one of the first games we covered for this podcast, and it was a slog.
And the most sacks they've ever had in a game was 2 years ago in New York against the Giants, where they had 11.
Oh yeah, they did. They had a lot of sacks on Daniel Jones. Oh man, I should have remembered that, because I did. Around the same time, I left for Virginia at that time, and I did a little quick hit for the show, since that was a Monday Night Football game. I reacted for Ryan, so I should have remembered that. But it has felt like the Seahawks have not had a pass rush like this in a long time. I think that Daniel Jones game was more the Giants' offensive line at that time was Swiss cheese, and also Daniel Jones. It was just a rough ending in New York for him. So.
Yeah. We do have some game notes. Yes, we do know that the Seahawks defense went crazy for 7 sacks. Byron Murphy looks like an animal.
Yep.
And if he gets going, I mean, some draft analyst or some draft expert basically said, congratulations, Seahawks, you have Grady Jarrett on your team. And I'm like, that's a pretty good complimentary prize, but Byron Murphy's playing practically in the nose. When was the last time you had a nose tackle in the NFL basically be a game wrecker on defense?
Yeah.
Vince Wilfork?
Yeah. I mean, he was definitely one. One.
I mean, Vince Wilfork wasn't like, oh my God, let's get 12 sacks in a season.
No.
Vita Vea's pretty good. I mean, the Ndamukong Suh is probably pretty close.
Yeah, and then Sue, great player, but you still, was overshadowed by a couple of his. He would do some things in a game sometimes, and you're like, why are you taking that penalty, man?
Yeah, the kick to the ankle on the Packers center.
Yep,
That was bad.
Stepping on the head for somebody else with a cleat,
Yeah, it was bad. You did mention the running game. The running game needs to get better.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of plays where I don't know if it was Robbie Oates being out for this game with an ankle injury. He is on injured reserve, so they're probably going to keep him out for the Texans game as well. Or he's going to be back in time for the next game in Washington after Houston. I believe they're in Washington after the bye week.
All right, let's take a look at the schedule here. But man, I mean, and the thing is, like, they did this against. I thought this was going to be more of a. Now they got off to a hot start and they kind of faded a little bit later in the game, but they did this against a Jaguar defense, which, if you watch No Creds at all, Ryan has been on this. The Jags defense is good.
Yeah, they're a good defense.
They're good, and they stopped ETN today largely, which he had been shredding some teams. And Trevor also has looked better than he has last year and everything. So this Jags team, I was worried about this matchup coming in because, hey, hats off to Liam Cohen. He kind of became a little bit of a punchline because of the bad Duval and everything, but he's got Jacksonville. Jacksonville's no slouch this year. No slouch at all.
No, and that fan base shows up. If the Jaguars are good, that fan base will show up, and they are nasty of a fan base. Proof is in the pudding with the Jacksonville team in 2017. Kevin's joining us in a couple minutes.
Oh, perfecto.
Just got to wait for him, though. So while we're doing that, let's just switch the screen to here. There we go.
We will have the third man like the NWO.
You know what? That was good. That was good. I've been on a wrestling kick again.
All
lately.
right, man.
That's
so let me ask, because I have my read of this. So I'll ask you this, and then I'll give my. But if we parallel ourselves to the NWO, who is who? And I'm talking the OG, the three original members.
So Hogan, Nash, and Hall.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't have Hulk Hogan's ego.
All right. Yeah, you definitely.
I know that for I don't think I have Hogan's ego. I don't know.
Definitely don't.
I think a better example would be the Shield. With Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. I mean, that's a probably good example, but I mean, I don't know.
See, but I'm not as,
I
go throwback. I go throwback. So, all right, I'm going to tell you. Kevin's Hogan for me. And it's because Kevin's the veteran. He's been around. He's knowledgeable. Yeah. He's knowledgeable. He does not have Hogan's ego, but he's an institution at Belly Up. We got to go. Kevin is Hogan. And you are Kevin Nash. You got the cool factor. Yeah, you got the cool factor, and you can carry the show when you need to. You're like the rising star. Kevin Nash at the time. I mean, all three of these guys was established, but you know what I'm talking about. You're a co-main eventer. Me, we all know about Scott Hall's unfortunate problems with substance abuse. When Hall was on, he's one of the greatest of all time. When he was off. So that's how I view myself on this show. I am the wild card. You don't know what you're going to get from me. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. But I'm the Scott Hall, and I'm cool with it, man.
I like to see that. Oh man. Well, what else is good? Jackson Smith and Jigma went crazy.
Oh my God.
What did he have? He had 117 yards in the first half alone.
Yes. And that TD, I forget how many yards he finished with.
62 on that catch and run.
Man, and he is single-handedly, and I know it's going to sound like 2 and 3 when Kevin joins, but people are going to say, you guys are homers, you're just talking about. No, Jackson Smith and Jigba is almost single-handedly, he is making up for the fact that the running game has been non-existent except for a few windows. JSN has been doing what he is doing, and it's been saving the team offensively, honestly.
Pretty
what
much.
it is. So he is the deep threat. He is the one that can take the top off the defense. He has been the everything receiver, and then it's been tight ends. That's what it's been in the red zone. That's
gonna make Kevin happy.
And the thing is here, it was very nice to see Cooper Kupp get his first touchdown as a Seahawk as well. And I hope that he kind of, because Torrey Horton has definitely had some moments. I'm not going to dismiss Torrey Horton has contributed to this team, but offensively, Jackson Smith-Njigba is the MVP offensively. He is finding ways to get open. Sam is getting in the ball, and he's making up for the fact that the running game has been subpar. Either or, too. As much as I'm a huge fan of Kenneth Walker, and I know he has the athleticism, and he looks dynamic on some of these runs, whether it's he or Charbonnet, neither of them have got it going. Nobody has got it going.
No one has. We haven't seen anything of George Holani either. He's been mostly return game.
Yeah.
So I mentioned it on the show's TikTok account. I don't know if it's Jalen Sundell or Anthony Bradford. That's the thing with Bradford. He's such a giant human being. Like, let's see if Kevin agrees here. Kevin, would you, first of all, welcome back, Kevin.
Welcome.
Would you say that the Seahawks offensive line struggles for the running game has been mostly offensive line or play calling?
Well, you can't argue with the offensive line when they're defending the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I don't think the offensive line is the issue here. It's either the play calling. We have confidence in the running back, so it's got to be the play calling to me.
But answer this question then. Clint Kubiak's offense has been working.
It has.
For the most part.
Yeah, most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for the most part.
Yeah. Especially last game.
Yes.
The offense was beautiful.
Yeah. And when's the last time so I'll ask both of you this because I got a lot to say because I've been gone, but I'll ask both of you this. When was the last time you felt like a Seahawk team could get into a shootout and still have a chance to win the game? It was very rare under Pete because we were either too far behind playing down to competition, or the defense was ripping people's hearts out, and then you'd run the ball and ice the game. I mean, there was the let Russ cook year where he was firing the ball as well as anybody.
There was one game. The first game that popped in my head was Deshaun Watson's rookie season 2017.
Oh,
yeah, I know the one you're talking about already.
Deshaun Watson destroyed this defense. But Russell Wilson threw 4 touchdowns, 2 of them to Paul Richardson, 2 of them to Jimmy Graham. The game winner, too, said Jimmy Graham. But that was a shootout the whole way.
Yeah.
The whole way.
I remember that game because you felt like they didn't show up to play in the first half. You're thinking, they're going to blow this game to a rookie QB. I was incensed. If I may go back in time.
Yeah.
But this team offensively, and I'm as surprised as anybody. And Kevin, we were talking just before you joined about the reason that the lack of a running game hasn't looked as glaring in our opinion is almost single-handedly because of JSN. That's why.
Yep.
Well, he certainly entered into the discussion of the most elite wide receivers.
Yeah, it took him 3 years, and we were on this show when we were when the DK Metcalf trade was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in that corner over there, Dustin? Said it yourself. I'm worried about Jackson Smith-Njigba because part of the reason he was getting so open was because of DK. And how does it feel to be wrong so far?
Very good. Very good. I'll take it all the time.
Delightful. Kevin, what are your thoughts of this game in Jacksonville? The Seahawks win 20-12. This game, scoreboard completely aside, was a beatdown defensively.
Especially after, because they pretty much let him go down there and score that first touchdown.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, here we go back to last week. But after that, they showed up in a huge way and gave up 6 more points the whole rest of the game. And so this is what keeps us, kind of employed because, one game you have one thing, so you now analyze this. Then you have the next game, and then you have something else completely different to analyze.
Yeah.
And that's the case here, especially when they scored that first touchdown. I know I was thinking, well, crap.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is the team that beat the 49ers, that's 4-1 and everything. You're like, Jacksonville's, they're no joke.
Yeah, they're for real.
They're for real. And we better get the Seahawks better get their act together, or this game could get away from them, and then 6 points the rest of the way. So, hats off to the Seahawks defense. That's what you can.
7 sacks.
Yeah,
7 sacks. If come on, you got to put some of that on the quarterback.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence has every opportunity to get the ball out quickly.
He does.
That offensive line in Jacksonville, but the other thing that I want to notice about, they blitzed a lot.
They did. And
they had to recognize that non-blitzing defense worked a couple of times, but it didn't work last week.
Which, let's talk about that now. The big reason, Dustin, you remember this time last year we were talking about the big problem with Pete is they didn't adjust. Now we've noticed that Mike McDonald has clearly been adjusting.
Yep.
He took last week's game against Tampa Bay and said, I got to blitz more.
Yeah.
I got to blitz more. I got too much talent.
Especially when you have 7 starters out.
Yeah.
Or whatever the number is.
They have 4 starters. I think they had 3 starters out. Actually, 4. Derek Hall. It was him, Julian Love, Witherspoon, and Woolen that are out.
Yeah,
for this game.
And those aren't small losses.
No, especially the 2 DBs of Witherspoon and Love.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's and I was saying, like I was saying in the green room, I didn't have much service in the mountains at all, but I remember saying I hope at some point this season Spoon is able to actually get fully healthy, because that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be what in addition to this defense that would be. But yeah, Mike McDonald's willingness to adjust is what has saved this team in certain situations. And it's a reason why they're able to come back and get a win like this after a heartbreaking loss last week.
And it was. And we went, last week, Dustin, we went live right after that.
Oh.
Yeah, right after that game.
Right after that. You're
right after it.
You scored 35 points. You should win.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know this is the offensive NFL, but if you score 35, you should win. But then you have 180 degrees, and here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And they give up 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing I want to talk about.
Who can explain this?
Other than last week against Tampa Bay, this defense has averaged giving up 15 points a game.
Yeah. That's right.
That's
it was the first game last week where they gave up more than 20 in a game.
That's crazy.
It is. We're 6 games in now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a very real, and I know I keep beating this horse, but there's a real possibility they could have been 5-1. Or even 6-0. That San Francisco loss looms large. Looms so large.
Yep. And Houston is no slouch either, but their offensive line is terrible.
Yes, I am hoping that they can get after Mr. Stroud next game, because
who hasn't looked good either.
No,
he hasn't. And they don't have any Travis Etienne's back there in Houston, if I recall correctly.
No.
So if they hold Jacksonville to, what was it, 50-something yards rushing?
Something
They
like
should
that.
be able to
I
do
was something like that.
Yeah, and we can't say a whole lot because the Seahawks had 50-something yards rushing. That's a concern
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. That's the big, and that's why you don't want to lead with the negative, but I kind of did after a win. I said, the running game's got to get it going, especially I was on these very airwaves or video signals, whatever you want to call it. And I was going, oh man, preseason's preseason, but look at these holes, look at the running game, look at this. I'm sitting there, and it just hasn't been there. It hasn't been there at all.
They're trying.
They are. They are.
Give
And
them credit where credit is due. They are trying.
And I don't think they're going to abandon it either. And just to go back, to it, Dan, you are right. It is Washington that they face next after the Texans.
Yes, it's the bye week. So it's in between. That's the bye week. So they got Texans and then bye week, and then they're in Washington.
Yeah. And there's nothing easy about any of that.
No.
No, because D'Amico Ryans, the Texans have not gotten off to the start that they thought they would, but defensively, the Texans are still good. Still good. D'Amico Ryans has that defense. It's very good still. So you can't this game could be a defensive struggle unless the running game gets going and Sam is able to continue to do what he's been doing.
You just talked about how he's willing to make some adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that there's some adjustments coming in this running game. And
Kevin, what were your thoughts of this game in Jacksonville overall? Because I didn't see a lot of disappointments other than the running game.
No.
Everything else was golden.
Yeah.
And, we talked last week about they've got 75 tight ends on the roster, where are they? And all of a sudden, Barner has shown up, and he didn't get a touchdown today, but he got some catches. And so that's coming around. Jackson Smith and Cooper Rush. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about because we just saw Cooper Rush get blowed up for Baltimore. But Cooper Kupp scored his first touchdown of the season.
Hey.
Right. And he's been a concern because I thought it was a great move bringing him in, but he has not looked anywhere close to what he has been.
Well, to be fair, he's also not getting open. So
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That might change though with Jackson Smith the Jigma going off for 118 yards and
100
stuff.
And whatever.
Yeah, 100 and whatever, and that the touchdown pass was a thing of beauty.
Moonballs.
Moonball. I like how you put that out there. Moonball.
You always say
because he just yeets the football like to the moon.
No, and I feel so bad. I feel so bad for my NCR brother Ryan because I told him the last show I was on. I said some of the throws that Sam Darnold is making with the Seahawks, you see why the Jets picked him 3rd overall. You see,
I saw when you said that, Dustin. You might also just take a spear and just stab Ryan right in the heart. So.
I feel so bad for Jet fans.
Yeah,
I really do because they should have beaten Denver.
Yes, they should have beat them today. They should have.
Oh boy,
they should have.
They had Houston on the ropes.
Yeah, they did.
If you remember, a couple of weeks ago.
And week 1, they had Pittsburgh on the ropes. Let's not forget that either. They had a lead. They blew that. They had a lead against Tampa Bay. They blew that.
And it, just I guess that gives Ryan, something to discuss on the terrible Tuesday or Monday or whatever that he talks the suffering Mondays, I guess. And
hold on. Do you guys, Dustin? You're getting the nor'easter out there, right?
So we're supposed to be getting it. Yes, we're supposed to be getting the rain and things like that. But I haven't looked out my window recently. I don't know if we got it, but man, like I was telling you, it's a good thing I got it because that thing's supposed to go all the way up the coast, and it's a good thing I got out of my friend's neighborhood in Virginia when I did because their streets flooded now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're okay though. They're okay. So that's
weather's weird.
That's good news. And last week the question came up, what does one do in Wyoming? Which I answered. And then we wondered, what is there to do in Virginia? So we were looking for some some
There's
updates
stuff
from
down
you
there.
Yeah.
of what does one do in Virginia?
Well, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that we'll do that for Friday's show. We'll call it a
Okay.
tease.
A
We'll call it a
tease.
tease
I like that.
in the biz.
I love it. I love
Okay,
doing
so
this.
we're into the Virginia part that you could see ocean or not?
So they live near the water, but
Okay.
I was not.
Then I look forward to hearing what you have to say.
So for the most part, though, we went to a national park, and that
Okay.
was not in the water, but there was water involved, and I'll explain why on the show.
Okay.
Byron Murphy. I just can't get over how good
I
Byron
know.
Murphy looks.
I know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's great.
He has already. How many sacks is he up to on the season now?
To the internet. Hold that
He
thought.
had two. He had 2.5. Was it 2.5 all of last year?
He had
think so.
1.5 all of
1.5.
last
That's
year.
what it was. 1.5, because I remember when he got his his sack, I said, well, he's on his way to doubling his sack total. So I think he did that today.
He
the very
has
least.
4, right?
4.
I think he's got 4.5 right now.
I think so, because he had Leonard got the sack assisted by Nwosu. That's who was assisted by Nwosu.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Ernest Jones is half a sack. Josh Jobe is half a sack. Leonard Williams is 3.5. They have in total. It says they have 13 sacks. I call that bull. That's bull crap right now.
Is that the Google AI at the top of it?
No, it's ESPN. Hold
Oh,
on.
good. All right. Because you can't trust that Google AI. I used it for a bunch of research for an episode of NCR one time, and it turned out to be like half wrong. You can't trust
Oh,
it.
It's like using Wikipedia for your research tool.
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
And I
What are
know
you
it's
guys
a
doing
few
for
days
Friday?
ago, but I remember when I was going through some college classes, and that was what they always put out there.
Oh yeah.
Don't use Wiki as your reference.
Yeah.
Nope.
And so,
you can't.
yeah, so AI, you might want to, leave that on the side of the road a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man, the
Oh,
Seahawks
boy.
post-game show. You never know what we're going to get into.
That's
Kinda
right.
like the normal show.
Oh boy. Anyway, guys, we got any final thoughts to close up shop for the day?
I just want to say it's great to be back with you, gentlemen. I missed you
It's
guys.
great to be back also with me, yeah, because you were in Virginia, I was in Utah and places west, and got back, and we had nothing good to talk about really last week.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, what a game that was, though. With
was.
those throwback unis, they gotta. I like the current unis. I'm not one of the haters. I really like the current unis, actually, and I even like those unis that we had from about I would say 2002 to 2010. I like
the
those
bland
uniforms.
ones. I love them.
They're great.
They're great.
But the throwback uniforms, I'll stop saying unis, everybody. The throwback uniforms, they have to use them more.
There's
do. Something about that silver helmet.
That's why I'm a Seahawks fan in the first place, as I've explained many times over. The helmet's what got me involved with the Seahawks in the first place. And then their uniforms were classic. And was there a better visual that you could see than those two uniforms?
Oh, it was great.
Going last weekend. I know it wasn't what we wanted the result, but that was one of the more beautiful visual games I think I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah.
So if they want to do that, okay, do that.
Yeah. Final thought, use the throwback unis more. This particular game, though, pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be more of a nail biter than it was. And they got to figure out some things with kind of failing to get some stops late. The defense is kind of whether the defense has been bad like they were in Tampa Bay, but with the exception of the rest of the season, they have moments of dominance, but then it kind of tails off. They got to get that under control, get that running game going. Other than that, great to be back with you guys. I feel refreshed after my vacation. Can't wait till Friday.
I got nothing.
I'm already looking forward to Friday, and it's only Sunday. So,
yeah.
And
Great.
I'm sure we'll have some things to discuss with Houston, and that's the Monday night game, yeah.
Oh,
yep.
I think so. Yeah,
the 10 p.m. Eastern game.
Oof. That's going to be rough for me. We're going to be up, Dan and I, but we do it because we love it.
That's right. And
the post-game show
it's
on
not
Tuesday.
like I'm not on the West Coast, so I'm just an hour behind you. So
yeah,
it's
you're
like
central.
the Mariners game the other night.
Oh, beautiful! I love baseball. Yes, that was beautiful.
Okay, so I know we're a football show, but we talked about this last week, Dan, about baseball, and can we ask for a better postseason so far?
Nope.
Whomever team you're cheering for.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I mean, I guess I could ask for a better one, but
well,
I knew they weren't going anywhere.
You've got overtime, extra innings. You've got walk-offs.
Yeah.
You've got the guy throws the ball away and they win. First time that's ever happened in postseason history.
Yep. Phillies.
The Phillies, and I'm a Dodger guy. Make no apologies for that, but you had to feel bad for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that I'd never even heard of before that play.
My favorite quote during this entire thing was from someone I follow on Instagram. It says, dumbest bleeping playoffs in history. No one wanted to see any of these teams, bro. We wanted Cubs, Tigers, Yankees, Phillies. No one wanted to see these BS teams. And I responded with, and I quote, like from Uncle Phil, from
Can't wait to hear this.
We, son, we.
Uncle Phil, also the voice of Shredder on the 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV series.
Really?
Oh yeah. I know that's gonna blow a lot of people's minds if you don't already know that, because it blew mine when I learned it. But he was making some extra cheddar back in those days doing that.
Good for him.
Now you'll be able to hear it, Dan. If you go back and watch clips, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's definitely Uncle Phil."
It's interesting how you lump together the Cubs and the Yankees and the Phillies in the other team category. Those are all big market baseball teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. When meanwhile, anyone who is a cynical baseball fan over the age of 40, not myself included, obviously, because I'm nowhere close to 40.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm an old school baseball fan. Mm-hmm. I could tell you for a fact, anyone that is from Seattle will tell you that Jorge Polanco walk-off single at the bottom of the 15th inning, you felt 24 years of pain just leave that stadium.
And I know exactly what you're talking about because, I'm in Dallas area here.
Hi, Kitty.
And I sat there and watched the Rangers blow that game in 2011.
To the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, still the only team that has been within one strike of winning it twice in the same game and not win the World Series.
Man.
Yep.
And then when they won it a couple of years ago, that erased a lot of, because the Rangers are kind of my adopted team.
Mm-hmm.
Where I live.
I mean, being in Texas,
I went to the World Series in 2010 when the Giants won, and that's the worst baseball experience I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Having to watch the Giants celebrate winning the World Series. You'd rather stab yourself in your eye than watch that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's the only positive thing I have to say about the Yankees postseason. At least they beat Boston. That's it. That's it. I was so happy they beat Boston, but I knew
They should have lost to Boston. I'm sorry.
I know they should have. But they beat them, so we can still be playing Wiesel Hefe's soundbite on the show. But man, the Yankees, go look it up. Joe Torre lit into the Yankees. There's a quote from Joe Torre.
Yeah.
And I agree with him.
Okay,
And,
so
postseason's been great.
Last thing I'll say before we actually close the shop, because this is going to go on for 2 hours. I know.
I know.
So the Yankees' biggest problem is that the fact, Alex Rodriguez was 100% right with what he said on the postgame show. Absolutely correct.
I didn't see it.
He said, and I quote, "You cannot possibly blame Aaron Boone for this season. You can't. Because this was the worst constructed roster of players he has seen in a very long time." Who is he pointing the finger directly at?
Cashman.
Way up top.
Yeah.
Cashman.
Yeah.
Cashman. And now, like I've been calling this for the last 3 years.
We're gonna start a side podcast because you need another one, Dan. It's gonna call.
No, I don't.
It's gonna be called Cashman and Carroll. Or something. We got to do something because you go in.
Oh, it's just an AI podcast of Brian Cashman.
C and the destruction that followed.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh man. Ed Garceau, the former Islander GM, in that equation here too. So
all right,
but he's been fired for a while now.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so there are some Islander fans that for some reason wanted him back. When Lou
Garceau?
Lamoriello got,
Why?
yeah, I don't know, because they were sick of Lou Lamoriello. I'm like, why?
Yeah, no.
Why do you like? Are you a glutton for punishment?
I mean, he hasn't been good in a long time as a GM. I mean, it was because wasn't he with the Rangers too, and he wasn't great there?
Garceau?
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
No, Garceau was hired in 2004.
All right,
by the Islanders. I want to say 2004. And then made some dumb trades. And to give him credit where credit is due, he made some nice free agency moves and trade moves for what he could do. Considering the fact that the Islanders market at that time was just the Rangers and that was it in New York. But he made some nice moves. Johnny Boychuk, Nick Leddy, Jarl Halak. He signed Andrew Ladd, for what it was worth. And then he couldn't hire a coach to save his life. But he did what he could, so I don't hate him as much now because he's been fired for 10 years. But what are you gonna do? So
he was named in 2006.
Close enough
as general manager of the New York Islanders.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're much more closer to that action than I am. So
hey, the season started. Yay!
The season has started, and may I say, because I made a comment when the hockey show was going on.
Yep.
Okay. That look for the Stars to be in the Stanley Cup final this year. And Ryan said, okay, Kevin, whatever you say.
I was on here. I was on his side. I'm sorry.
Okay. And so all we've seen so far is the Stars have went into Winnipeg and beat them. They went into Colorado and beat them. So
who's their coach now?
Quite pleased in the Dallas area with the hockey we've seen so far.
Who's the Stars coach now?
Glenn Galutzin. He was the coach about 10 years or so ago, and they got rid of him. And he was on your Dustin, your team, Edmonton.
Oh, the Oilers, yeah.
Yeah. And they brought him over, and their offense has looked absolutely fantastic so far.
Yeah.
The defense is a little concerning, and I know everybody rains praise on Ottinger, and he has had some of the worst times to go backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Of any goaltender I've seen, but he can be solid.
Did you see this kid, Matthew Schaefer? The first pick in the draft?
No. I have not seen him. I've seen the name.
Go look up some highlights of the last two Islander games. This kid looks like the best player on the ice for both
That's
teams.
What you want.
It's scary. Also,
Yes.
The goal horn. The
In
goal
all those
horn.
sports, that's like the greatest sound there is.
The Islander
It is.
horn.
Love the goal horn. Love the goal horn.
And
I'll say this
and
right
that's
now.
one thing that's because somebody asked me about soccer the other day, and that's what's missing from
What?
soccer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you need that. That'd be awesome.
It
After
would,
the
you know, because
score-
you only get one goal in soccer per game,
True.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
if you
full
had
experience.
that, it could add a little excitement to it. But
You know, we should save this conversation for the Friday show because we
Okay.
got off track.
I'll
Yes.
Anyway.
We will. I'll just leave with the final thought. Go look up the clips of Uncle Phil as Shredder. And Kevin, I'm saying it right here, and I am a man of my word. I'll figure out how to do it. If the Stars make the finals and win the cup, I will make you a custom shirt that says "Look to the Stars."
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan Cruz. That's Dustin Henry. That's Kevin Wilson joining late, but regardless, just kidding. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
You never
Dan
know
Cruz.
who's going to be on the post game.
That's right.
We're coming to you from the Department of BS, and this has been the Seahawks Sessions post game show. We'll see you around, ladies and gentlemen.